Hey guys, welcome back to another how-to guide with knickknacks. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the best, most effective way to get our Modern Warfare 3 guns leveled up and to start unlocking these camos. With the new game dropping, everyone's trying to find the fastest way using things like multiplayer or even the war style games like Invasion. And by far, comparing across the board, zombies is the way forward. Using these methods, we're going to show you how you can go from level 1 all the way up to max level in just one game. So in order to get ourselves started, what we need to do is make sure we're bringing the right stuff into the zombies match before we even start. So head over to gear where we can check the things that you want to bring in. I always like to bring a self-res, and if you do actually have a raw Ethereum crystal, I would recommend bringing that too, just to save you some time. But the most important thing is that we have the right weapon. So in here, I've just gone into one of my insured slots and I'm using that to choose a weapon that is only level 1. So I'm using the Rival 9 in this example. And once that's selected, make sure you chuck on some double XP if you have those tokens available. This method will still work even if you don't have those tokens. But once I'm all ready, I get into the match and we get ourselves started. Just to prove to you guys that you can get a weapon from level 1 all the way to maxed out in one game, I have actually left my display, my time zone display in the top left hand corner of the screen to check that out throughout the game to see where we're kind of at in terms of progression. So the Expo Locations aren't revealed straight away, so just take a few minutes to loot some buildings and gain some essence. Once they are revealed, check them on the map to find your desired location. I always try to go to one that's quite close to a buy station in case I do need to get any more things there. And I'm now just going to head straight to an exfil. I realised that my Expo location that I chose is in tier 2, which means I'm definitely going to need to punch my gun to make it a little bit stronger. So I head over to Pack-a-Punch. I do already have a crystal, so I don't need to spend my 5,000 essence. Instead, I can just consume that crystal and apply it to that gun. So I head to the Expo location where we start the process. Now do check on the time, guys. I was just messing around a little bit, so I haven't really used my time the most effectively here, but nonetheless, it still worked. So I'm just looting whilst the undead are rising from the ground. And at this point, I can start training them. So what we mean by training is that you start walking around in tight circles. And what that will do is group all the zombies together, which makes it super easy to start killing them. And it means that none of them are going to sneak up behind you and start hurting you. So once they're in the group, unleash, start using your lethals, start shooting them, and you'll be able to get some really good group kills. And if you can get Jackrabbit as well, when you kill so many without taking any damage, that even gives you some extra XP. As you can see, someone is in the chat. He's gone down. He'd done this throughout the entire match, asking for help. People did clearly keep helping him, but he kept going down. So I had to ignore him because I was doing this video for you guys. So at this point, I'm still just killing more zombies whilst the exfil chopper is coming in. Now, one of the key things here, guys, I am not going to exfil. We don't want to exfil. Instead, we're using this method to farm our zombies. So every single time you call in the exfil helicopter, what that's going to do is keep rising those undead or the zombies. So I'm going to kill all the ones that are here whilst we're waiting for that timer to run out and for the exfil to become available again. Now, they do drop a lot of plates and ammo, so you don't worry. You don't have to keep going off looting to find them. They do drop enough. So in between exfils, I'm just looting. And actually, I even found a large backpack from here, so it's definitely worth looting. And then I just waited. It doesn't take too long. So at this point, practice your parkour. And then head on down and call that exfil back in again. So the zombies start rising again, and you repeat that process. Now, guys, this can get quite repetitive, but trust me, even within 40 minutes in a game, to be able to get your gun from level 1 all the way to max level is amazing. It will take a lot longer if you were going to do this in multiplayer, for example. And not being PvP, meaning you're not coming against other players, makes this whole experience really chilled out and really relaxed. And it is actually just a vibe. So I really did enjoy this. I actually done it with loads of different guns. And as you can see, I'm using my lethals. Don't be scared to use your power-ups as well, your special powers or your field upgrades to definitely kill those group of zombies that you formed whilst you're running in circles and training them to all come together. And I'm just repeating that process. The more you do this, the bigger the horde. So as the time progresses in the match, you're going to come across more and more zombies, and you will start flying through these levels. Trust me, later on in the exfils, I was able to go up 3 gun levels all in one exfil call-in. So I'm just running around and training them. And what I've done in the video is made sure I kept in every single time it did level up, just in case you guys did want to check it again with that in time up there. You don't need to worry about using your lethals or your special upgrades or even kill streaks, because all of that XP that you gain from those kills will still go towards your gun. So at this point, I decide the hordes are getting bigger. I'm in tier 2. I'm going to need a little bit of help. So between the time that I'm about to call in the exfil, I head off to a local buy station, pop to the shops, and I'm going to get myself some sentry guns. And also make sure you've got a self-res. I will note, be careful, because the zombies do creep up to you whilst you're on the buy station. So I'm just selling some valuables here, and then I took care of some of the zombies before heading on back. So I brought my sentry guns. If you want to buy a sentry gun and you want to buy a self-res, you have to go to a tier 2 buy station in order to do that. You will not find them in tier 1 buy stations. You have to go to tier 2. So I head back to the exfil with all my goodies, and I call it back in. And we're going to get even more zombies now, so bigger hordes from this point onwards. And that's why I feel like the kill streaks make it super, super easy to help control this, and you don't want to be overwhelmed. I've done this all solo. You can do this in a team. I just felt like I wanted to farm all the XP for myself, so that's why I decided to jump in solo. It can help, especially if you feel like you get a little bit too overwhelmed with the hordes. And you don't want to lose your stuff. You can always bring a friend, a buddy, especially if both of you are trying to level up your guns. You can definitely both use this method. So I'm now just, again, walking around in circles in front of the sentry gun. So I'm killing at the same time. So the sentry gun kills, as well as the kills that I'm manually doing with my gun and my lethals and my power-ups. So now we're getting all of this XP all in one go. A strategy I use just to stay safe is when I am shooting at the zombies, I just constantly walk backwards. This means that you're not going to get pinned out in any corners. I try to stay away from being inside a building, because it is so easy to get overwhelmed, and next thing you know, you're stuck and you can't move. All the zombies get you, and then you go down. So by constantly walking, constantly moving, you're going to create that distance between you and the zombie and make it so much easier to be able to train them in these tight circles. You might get the occasional rogue one coming out from the side and hitting you, but that's okay. Just turn around, run away, and repeat that process again. My gun is now a level 11, and we're going up relatively quickly. I mean, we still have 23 minutes rest of the match. Plenty of time to farm the XP. Now, again, right at the beginning, I didn't actually use my time most effectively. I was messing around doing stuff, and as you can see, I've even unlocked the camo. So not only are we leveling up our guns, we are also smashing our camos there as well. So at this part of the game, in each exfil, I was going up 3 levels. So you start leveling up really, really quickly. And that's just because of the sheer amount of zombies that actually come through. Obviously, I've trimmed the video a little bit, but again, check the time in that top left-hand corner. I wasn't even using my time the most effectively. Every now and then I kept going back to the buy station, or I actually wasted the first like 15 minutes of the match to begin with as well, but we still got the gun to max level. So I'm just moving my way through all of these zombies here at this point. And then I'm using everything I can, throw at them to kill them, and then get ready for the next exfil. Another thing to remember is when they drop the special power-ups. I would use all of them but the nuke. So especially insta-kill, we all love insta-kill. Great, awesome, definitely use that. However, do not use the nuke. It won't give you any XP, and it will actually wipe out all the zombies in your area, which actually we want to avoid because we are trying to farm them for XP, which is the whole point of this process. I actually got griefed at this point and I went down. So this is why it's so good to have your self-res. One thing I did notice, I had 2 self-reses in my backpack, and once I consumed one, it automatically activated my next self-res. So it automatically equipped my second self-res. In DMZ or in Warzone, this does not happen. You have to manually equip it. So really, really impressed with that. You don't have to worry about going into your backpack and quickly trying to add it on. It does automatically equip here in Zombies, which is a win in my eyes. And who can forget the good old symbol monkeys? These were a classic in the OG Zombies. I absolutely love them. I love the fact they're still in the game as well. So definitely pick them up and throw them out as soon as you get the chance. And look how many XP I just got for that. So all of that happened. All of those kills counted towards that XP. Now, someone actually came over to try to exfil, and I was worried that they're going to kill all my zombies. So what I did is threw a mortar over there. The mortar killed loads of them as well as my sentry gun and me killing them. So I farmed loads of XP, and the mortar actually seemed to work really, really well. I was really, really surprised at that. One thing I didn't say earlier is that the kill streaks are only like 2,000 essence, which I think is really cheap. And whilst you're killing all these zombies, you're actually earning like loads of essence. So you'll have plenty enough to run to a buy station and get more kill streaks if you need them. We're just going to finish up here. I'll disappear for a few minutes and then I'll pop on back once our gun is fully leveled up. Now that our weapon is fully leveled up and it's towards the end of the game, we can now exfil. So we're going to call in that chopper for that final time, and we're going to make our way onto the helicopter. Be careful because the zombies swarm and it's easy to get stuck in there. But even if you get down, as long as you're in the helicopter, when it takes off, you'll be fine and you'll still have a successful exfil. So when we exfil, this is where we get to see all of the things that we've achieved in that one game. We might have unlocked loads of challenges, loads of camos, but the main important thing here is all the weapon XP you have gained. Here you can see I've also gone up many ranks. But most importantly, the weapon has gone from level 1 all the way up to max level. So I've had to speed this one up because it was actually really, really slow. And just to really prove that we have maxed this gun, I've jumped into the infantry section, the gear section, and you can see that is level 20 there too. So I have used this method in loads of different exfil areas, whether they're tier 1 or tier 2, and loads of different types of weapons, and it's worked every single time. Here's a few clips of me doing that. You may find that when you are farming your zombies, you get another pesky player come and ruin the fun and run over your zombies. Don't be that guy. So if you did find this video useful today, I'd recommend hitting that subscribe button to see more. We are bringing out a lot more content like this, loads more how-to videos all around Warzone, zombies, Call of Duty, you name it. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you have a beautiful day.